But in Arcesa County, girls from families like Lewis begin their foot binding at the age of 6 and it is considered done 2 years later. Materials needed: alum, astringent, scissors, nail clippers, needles, threads, bandages. Bandages are 5 centimeters wide and 3 centimeters long. They are soaked so when placed on the foot they will tighten as they dry. A diviner is sent for to choose the best day for the girls to start their foot binding. Fall was the best time to begin foot binding because of the cold weather that numbed the girls' feet. Red bean dumplings were used to help soften the bones and to inspire the girls to get their foot no bigger than the size of a dumpling. Foot binding showed if they were marriageable. Tiny feet can improve social standing. Bound feet should be small, narrow, straight, pointed, arched, yet still fragrant and soft in texture. 7 centimeters was the ideal length and they were supposed to be round like a lotus bud. It should be full and round at the heel, come to a point at the front, with all the weight borne by the big toe alone. How to bind feet. Take one end of the bandage and place on the instep of the foot. Pull it over the smaller toes to begin the process of rolling them underneath the rest of the foot. Wrap bandage around the back of the heel. Loop around the ankle to secure the first 2 loops. Repeat until all bandage is used. Ensure there are no wrinkles. Sew the end tightly shut so they won't come apart or loosen and so the girl cannot free her foot. The idea was to get my toes and heel to meet. I can relate to foot binding due to social standards for women that we have in today's society. Because in China, bound feet were considered beautiful, and if you didn't have bound feet, you would become a little sister-in-law. And in today's society, skinny or thick girls are ideal, as well as girls with makeup for women beauty standards. You have to look a certain type of way in order to fit in.
I memorized the words on the spot. I understand there is a girl of good character in women's learning in your home. You and I are of the same year and the same day. Could we not be sames together? End quote. The word lao tong means old sames. This custom is from ancient China. It is meant to bond 2 girls whose 8 characters align, such as being born in the same year and the same day. The bond begins when the girls are children and beginning to learn nushu, which was women's secret writing. This lao tong relationship is meant to last their entire lives, even after death. I relate to this lifelong friendship because I have a few friends that I am close with that I have known since I was 4 years old. Yes, there have been misunderstandings between us, but majority of the time, the friends and I work things out.
Daughter doesn't marry, she's not valuable. When women get married, they will leave their family to partake in a wedding at their spouse's home. They are expected to obey their husband and their mother-in-law, as well as do all of the housekeeping, which includes cooking and cleaning. They are in charge of raising children and finding them education. The highest goal of a woman is to get married to a wealthy family, as well as producing offspring. This wealthy arrangement will improve their life as well as their natal family. In order to get a good match for marriage, a woman needs to have her foot bound and extensive domestic skills. If they are in a lao tong agreement, they will gain more value. Also, the husband's family will attempt to marry with a high social class woman. If the feet of the woman is not bounded, they are not as desirable as others. Like ancient China, marriage in our current society is still viewed as necessary to improve the social status of poor families.
We love our parents because they take care of us, but we are raised by one family for another. All these types of love come out of duty, respect, and gratitude. Not only did men work outside, but they took care of financial business and had the privilege of keeping concubines. Women are supposed to learn how to sew, cook, and clean, as well as how to run a household. This was important in Lily's natal and new home. When a girl, obey your father. When a wife, obey your husband. When a widow, obey your son. This demonstrates how no matter what a woman was, they had to be submissive. I can relate to family duties because in my family, the girls are not allowed to do what the boys do, and the boys are not allowed to do what the girls do.